Hello and welcome to the rest of my life. I'm Lance Ash and I'm heading to work after a vacation lasting 11 days. So I am not in the mood to go back. Oh my God. I can't tell you how many times I played the lottery this last week, hoping I'd never have to go back. Oh, Jesus. Anyway, very good week. Got a lot of stuff accomplished, got a lot of stuff done, had a lot of experiences. But the topic that I want to go over, the main topic, is related to self-image. Several days ago, today's Sunday and it was Tuesday, so a couple days ago, my wife and I went up to Atlanta and we hit some of the thrift store, some of the farmers markets, went to the Ancient History Museum at Emory. But the thing is this, I'm an alcoholic. I haven't had a drink in 18 and a half years. And the way that I quit drinking was, I determined that the reason, quitting drinking is not the problem. You can quit. The problem is staying sober, not going back to it. And the way that I stayed sober was by determining that the reason I drank more than anything else was that the image of the drinker appealed to me, and all the marketing, not just direct marketing through advertising, but also the indirect marketing through the image put forth by television, movies, rock stars, jazz performers, anything really appealed to me. And so I determined that since that image was imposed on me from outside, I could create my own self-image from within of what I mean, what I stand for, who I am, what I represent, how I'm to be described, how I describe myself. And it was like turning a switch, because I had quit several times before, but never. I'd be sober for a whole year and then go back to it. But this time it stayed, So anyway, but even though I quit drinking, I still would dabble with pot, pills if I could get a hold of them. Because I never had a problem with pot or pills the same way I had with alcohol. It's been 4 years now since I had my emergency surgery on my head to remove a tumor that was giving me horrible seizures. In the, I'll say, year maybe leading up to the surgery, to the really bad seizure I had been smoking pot pretty regularly. And here's another thing. If you go to one of these farmers markets that I talked about earlier, you can buy poppy seeds. And these poppy seeds have not been cleaned the way the ones that you buy at the your regular supermarket have been. You can put them into a mason jar with water, seal the lid, shake up the poppy seed and water mixture, strain the water off the seeds, and the water will contain raw opium, because the seeds don't contain opium, but they have opium on them from having been in the poppy pod. Anyway, so I used to buy bulk poppy seeds on a regular basis. Just about every weekend I would get, you're talking about a container of poppy seeds costing about $2.50 will get you as loaded as a $15 Lortab or whatever. So anyway, when I got out of the hospital 4 years ago, I determined that I was going to change my ways. So I haven't had any pot in 4 years, over 4 years now, and I haven't had any poppy seed juice. But when we went to the farmers markets, there's several in Atlanta, but we went to two favorites anyway. They have, I don't know what size container, but $2.50 for a pretty big container of poppy seeds. And I was sorely tempted to buy some, tell my wife, I got to run to the bathroom, go off and buy a couple of containers, hide them in the car, hide them into my coat, and then go home and go through the procedure. Because I'm on vacation, The first farmer's market we went to, I just sort of pushed it aside, But now we're at the second farmer's market. And this time, it wasn't an act of grim determination, resisting the temptation. This time I thought, let's draw upon that old notion of self-image. What is your self-image? What how can you work this in? Isn't the self-image that you've created for yourself that of the person who doesn't do drugs? And it made it so easy to just go, yeah, that's right. Now, I bring all this up. A couple of days ago, when I was thinking of the topic I was going to discuss tonight, I'd worked up a whole thing in my head. I can't remember exactly how it went now. But I think basically what I was going to talk about is how not only how important having a self-image is, but how powerful it is. Evidence of that is in the fact that you're able to resist the temptation to drink or take some drug. And I think it's also powerful in that it can motivate you to do what you want to do that you may not have time for. To pursue some art, hobby, activity, exercise routine. And I don't know. I can't recall exactly how I had thought it out a couple of days ago. But anyway, ran through the pothole. I got 2 paintings finished this week. Started a third. I wrote out the script for the narrative comics for the upcoming issue of my online magazine. I wrote and recorded a song which finished out the latest album on my YouTube channel, and I wrote and recorded and posted 4 songs on the new album. Exercised a lot, had some really good meditation this week. Ate like a pig too. Didn't sleep very well for some reason. All week I would sleep 2 hours maybe. Get up, mess around, go out to sleep 2 hours. Back and forth. I don't know why. I put a lot of names of artists on my, I bookmarked the names of a lot of artists on my computer so that I'm able to look up these people, readily. Images of their art. A lot of minor artists, I should say. Because as I've said before, I think I'm really more inspired, I don't know what the right word is, by a lot of these minor artists. A lot of illustrators, perhaps is a better way to put it. Back in the 60s, I guess it would have been, the Time Life Corporation had a thing called the Time Life Reading Program. And they put out this series of books. I guess you'd get them in the mail. I don't know how it operated. But anyway, we've got a big collection of them. We almost have every single one of these that was put out. But all of them have interesting album cover art. Book cover art. So I took these books down off the shelf and I went through every single one and punched the names in of the cover artists and discovered a lot of stuff. It's so rewarding to be able to sit down in front of the computer and look at all this art. It's really making going to the university library to check out books of art sort of redundant, sort of unnecessary. The last time I went to the university library, maybe 2 weeks ago, and got some stuff and got home and just felt like this was sort of a wasted trip, because I don't know, if I had time like I did in the old days to spend 2 hours there just roaming around, picking up stuff at random, discovering stuff. I'll tell you something else though. I kind of lost my taste for Francis Bacon and Jörg Emmendorf. I don't know if I've already mentioned that on the program or not, but that odd? Because they were so important to me when I first got started painting. The show of my work that's up right now comes down in just a few days, and I haven't sold anything. I'm disappointed about that, but it's not a big deal. The Flagpole, which is the local arts and events free newspaper in the area, finally ran a picture of one of the paintings. Trying to think what else. I'll tell you something funny though in relation to the self-image thing. Just yesterday or day before yesterday, I was meditating. I'd been listening to some songs by Kool and the Gang, and in my mind, I always associate Kool and the Gang with Earth, Wind and Fire. So I was reminded of this old Schlitz Malt Liquor television ad where they had Dr. Hook on one side of the bar and Earth, Wind and Fire on the other side. I think that's who it was. Anyway, they're arguing about different aspects of the appeal of their favorite beverage, and the bull bursts through the wall and scares everybody. And I was thinking about the old label on the can or the bottle of Schlitz Malt Liquor, the silver background with the blue and black bull. And I thought, oh, this is while I'm meditating now. I thought, wouldn't it be great to have a t-shirt with that on it? And that's how gullible I am, how easily suckered in. And I thought, well, it probably wouldn't be a good image to wear that around, good presentation of who I am. But many years ago, when I was with my old girlfriend, we had just like an hour or two before, we had seen a picture in a magazine of Keith Richards wearing a t-shirt with the logo of Red Stripe Beer on it. Okay? So now we're out and we're going to stop at the liquor store and get something. And she was going to wait in the car, and I go in to get whatever. And I come out with a case of Red Stripe Beer, and she said, I knew it. I knew it. I knew that's what you were going to buy. I knew that's what you were going to pick out. It's weird, isn't it? I've got a copy of Penthouse Magazine's 10th anniversary issue, and it is quite amazing how almost every single ad is either for tobacco or alcohol or stereo equipment. I think a distant fourth is cologne. It really tells you something about the year 1979, doesn't it? Oh, me. I don't want to go back into work tonight. I really don't. Oh, my God. The pain, the horrible pain of being subjected to other people, having to interact with other people that you don't really know, and having to deal with the just total stupidity of the system that they have put in place. All right, we are approaching the end of the show. I guess next week I'll give you a full update on how everything went. Oh, I forgot an important detail. I turned 52 this week. Yeah, just a couple of days ago. So, officially an old man. 52, that's big. I could drop dead at any moment.